32 FM 94.9.
Playing all the music you love.
See body, competition for my lady. More money is a mile away. More money is a mile away.
New music to your ears. This is 32 FM 94.9.
From motivationals
to news
to sports and talk.
We'll give you all you need to make the best of your day.
On the break of dawn, 32 FM 94.9.
All right, it's great to have you join us. This is 32 FM 94.9. It's the morning of the 6th of January 2025, and it's time to take you through the major headlines coming out of the newspapers this morning. I'm Kenny Durotilu. I have the pages of the Punch newspaper, the Premium Times, the Daily Post, the Daily Trust, the Guardian, the Nation, the Tribune, and the Vanguard newspaper. I'll start off with the front page of the Punch newspaper. Major headline: New virus. Federal government tightens monitoring to quarantine China passengers. You also find this one: family solicits funds to bury Nigerian student in UK. How kidnappers tortured us in Imo, rescued victims. 18 policemen present when hoodlums attacked me, or shoe monarch. Federal government can retain VAT as it is. Daily says this one. Retailers begin loading from Port Harcourt refinery this week. Petram, it's business related there. Also, this one says Nigerians decry high transport fares despite fuel price reduction. Crude for loan, local crude demands rises as NNPCL battles debt servicing. And this one says communities demand action as Lakurawa teams up with bandits. Politics: LP can win 2027 poll without merger party. Some of the major headlines out of the Punch newspaper there. Let's take a look at the Premium Times now for some of the headlines. Understanding funeral of an African American president, lessons from Jimmy Carter's state funeral. 2025, 7 top sporting events to watch for Nigerian athletes. Police confirm 9 dead, 4 injured in Jigawa communal clash. Police smash another kidnapping gang in Imo, free 4 hostages. Official: terrorists attack Kebbi community, kill 2 police officers, rustle cattle. Man accused of witchcraft burned to death in Ebonyi. NDLEA arrests ex-convict, recovers 316,800 bottles of codeine. Tinubu to attend Mahama's inauguration as Ghana's president. Gunmen kill Meiti Allah chairman, 2 others in Katsina. Saudi Arabia releases 3 Nigerians arrested, prosecuted. 7 injured in Rivers building collapse, no death. Official: NDLEA intercepts wanted drug kingpin, Nollywood filmmaker, over illicit drug shipment. I'll take a couple more from the Premium Times before we go to another paper. Tinubu to Southeast leaders: I will complete Eastern Rail Line. Nigeria Air Force Chief honors veteran. All right, some headlines from the Daily Post. 2027 opposition members intensify merger calls as LP insists on automatic ticket for Obi. Saudi Arabia releases 3 Nigerian women arrested for possession of cocaine. This one says 2 die as fuel tanker explodes in Delta. Governor Otu sacks 2 traditional rulers less than 2 years in office. Give account of missing 825 billion naira, $2.5 billion for refinery repairs, Serap tells NNPCL. Some other headlines from the Daily Post. Kano, Governor Yusuf's commissioner, resigns. Tinubu to attend inauguration of Ghana President-elect John Mahama. Nathaniel Bassey to minister as Trump's inaugural prayer breakfast in U.S. Kaduna, Governor Sani's aide, Rachel Averick, alleges assassination attempt. Aiyedatiwa declares 3-day mourning for late Undo SSG. Governor Sani reaffirms support for military operations in Kaduna. El-Rufai breaks silence on dumping APC for PDP. And lastly, from the Daily Post, ex-PDP chairman joins APC in Abia. All right, over to the Daily Trust newspaper. Residents killed, bank razed as petrol tanker bursts into flames in Delta. Federal government to impose heavy fines for data breaches. 2 trillion naira power project stalled. It's the major headline out of the Daily Trust this morning. Onion farmers link price hike, scarcity to flood, climate change. Female-led phone thieves gang uncovered in Kano. 5 suspects in police net. 9 dead, 4 injured in Jigawa communal clash. Police. Tinubu pledges to complete Eastern Rail Line. Tax reforms, Northern elders, CAD-SEMA urge more consultation. Right, more headlines out of the Daily Trust. Again, Northern elders ask federal government to suspend tax reform bills. Kano government suspends Kannywood actress over indecent dressing. Others, Northern elders influence in fielding candidates. I'll take that again. Northern elders influence in fielding candidates undermining democracy. Kwakwenso. And insurgency, Zulum to subsidize petrol at 600 naira per litre for farmers. All right, some headlines from the Guardian newspaper. INEC denies plan to destroy 6 million unclaimed PVCs. 5 court rulings to watch out for in 2025. I believe there's a piece there out of the Guardian you might want to take a look at. Cost of revenue collection hit 924.73 billion naira in 2024 amid calls for scrapping. 2025 clerics deliver prophecies of hope, warning to Nigerians. Terrorists kill Miyetti Allah chairman, abduct wife's daughter. Other headlines out of the Guardian. 4 feared dead, property destroyed as petrol tanker explodes in Delta. Honoring visionary, celebrating legacy of Shobanjo. Tuwate III, Saraki, Badnoch. Others made list of 100 most reputable Africans. Firm promises high rental returns in new property development. All right, taking headlines out of the Nigerian Tribune now. Ribadu Adeboye and Neche listed among 100 most reputable Africans. Onion farmers link price hike, scarcity to flood, climate change, outcry over persistent power outage in Ekpe. Tinubu to attend Mahama's inauguration as Ghana's president. NLC TUC outline workers' expectations to governments for 2025. I'll take a couple more. Fulani, Hausa and Yoruba truths. The fuel dispensing fraud at filling stations. All right, some headlines from the Vanguard now. Nasima, Man, LCCI, others chart a way forward for economic growth. Some PDP governors may defect to APC. Source, Fubara can transact business with 3 lawmakers. Court rules. Other headlines here: 2015, Shiites army clash. I am now paralyzed. Victim alleges. Obasanjo and the NNPCL refineries. Does Africa have a January problem? It's a piece there by Chidi Odinkalu. Optiva Capital to attract $500 million investments to hospitality sector. I'll take one more before we go on a commercial break. Good governance is not rocket science. Those are some of the major headlines out of the papers this morning. We'll take a break now. When we come back, it'll be time for the analysis of the headlines. Please stay with us.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM, 94.9, the antidote to depression.
When you think of Rex Insurance, think of the resilience of overturning a 4-0 scoreline in injury time. Think of the integrity of frying a bunch of soft golden plantain without tasting any.
Femi, you have tasted more than half of the plantain on the fire.
Think of the efficiency of making a sumptuous plate of afang with just 3,025 naira.
Customer, now 220 naira remain for my hand. I beg, give me periwinkle.
At Rex Insurance, our values of resilience, efficiency, excellence, integrity, and teamwork have remained unwavering since 1918. No matter your business, agriculture, aviation, engineering, general accident, energy, motor and marine, our values and prompt claims payment are your assurance of our commitment to you. Rex Insurance, you're not alone.
I'm in love, Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop and is it to stir? Dishes come alive with so much taste. Sonia tomato mix, of course. Sonia tomato mix, yes sir. Sonia tomato mix, stand up pouch.
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
So much in love.
Kò bá jẹ́ 24, 29 tàbí 32 ṣáà ti fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú wa lórí gbogbo ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ kàn tẹ 32 FM 949 fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀.
Baba Precious, you didn't tell me that your wife has given birth.
Given birth?
Your daughter Precious said you have a smallie at home.
Oh, you mean 3 Crowns Milk Smallie pack?
Smallie?
Yes, it is the new Smallie with tasty nourishment I bought to show love to my treasure.
Aww.
Introducing 3 Crowns Milk Smallie pack. A tasty nourishment. Buy yours today. 3 Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
Find amazing treats for everyone this holiday with Showmax. Celebrate like a champion with soccer.
Very well taken.
Find your festive inspo with our masters of style.
That's what I'm here for.
Embark on a fun-filled global adventure.
Here we go.
Share your love moments with family and friends.
My son, the most handsome.
And enjoy some truly royal spoils.
I want the power to control what happens in my life.
Only on Showmax, because everyone deserves a holiday treat.
Wake up to breakfast with my golden penny. I dey enjoy my first choice, nourishing goodness every morning. Oh, when I have all lunch or dinner, quality we deliver. Crunchy snacks, golden penny, serving happiness, nourishing family. Golden penny, yummy golden penny, delicious golden penny, delicious golden penny.
Enjoy happy moments with your loved ones with our delightful range of nourishing, delicious, and satisfying meals from Golden Penny Foods anytime, any day. Golden Penny, home of good food. Serving happiness, nourishing families. Yum.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
All right, it's great to have you back with us. 32 FM 94.9. It's about 15 minutes to 7 o'clock on the Papers Review this morning. I'm Kenny Durutilu. Once again, it's great to have you join us. We're delving into the analysis of the headlines right now. And to do that for for us this morning is Barrister Yomi Ogunlola. Good morning, sir.
Oh, good morning. It's so good to be with you this morning.
All right, it's great to have you with us as well, Barrister. Let's start off with this one. Your thoughts on the president's visit, his first state visit to the Southeast. What did you make of that one? We also have a report this morning about the founding member of the APC, Osita Okechukwu, having said that the president's visit has boosted his chances of getting the Southeast votes in 2027.
Tinubu has done the needful, as it is expected of his position. He is the president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Of course, a lot of people can read meanings to that visit. Enugu State is not going to be the last. The president will definitely visit other states. But that is not to overlook the possibility of making inroads, into the political structures within Enugu State. I especially considering, the maverick himself when it comes to building bridges and making political alliances. So I think it would not be out of place if people suggest such possibilities.
All right, let's take a look at this headline. Retailers begin loading from Port Harcourt refinery this week. Petro, and we hear that barring any last-minute change in plans, marketers and retailers of petroleum products will, of course, be getting petrol soon from the Port Harcourt refinery this week. Since the refinery, of course, commenced operations in November, it had been supplying fuel to retail outlets owned by the NNPCL only. Now, are you hopeful that with this development, this will help stabilize, of course, petrol prices, potentially lowering the cost of petrol altogether?
It is a very simple law of economics. Very simple law of economics. Once supply exceeds demand, the reaction is a fall in price. If it doesn't happen that way, then something must be fundamentally wrong. So I believe that all things being equal, if the refinery is indeed producing, then of course we should expect price reduction. Although there are so many other issues tied to the Port Harcourt refinery and the yet to come on board Warri refinery, I guess perhaps it is not the right time to talk about them, except of course if it is in the news, because it beggars belief that refineries that have been down for decades are suddenly coming upstream. Nigerians are asking questions, and rightly so. There is a need, as I have been advocating, for a very high-powered panel of inquiry. Nigerians want to know what happened, especially considering the amount of Nigeria's resources that went into turnaround, maintenance, repairs, or salaries, emoluments, and so on and so forth. Right. As you can see, Serap is already out there asking President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to unveil the miseries within that sector. And Tinubu owes it a due to do that. If not for anything, for his integrity. Don't forget, Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project placed him amongst the world's most corrupt organized crime persons of 2024. If Tinubu is going to shed that toga, then he has to show to the world that he is transparent and that he is going to be accountable. There is a need to make accounts to Nigerians what has happened within the NNPC within the last 20 to 25 years and the humongous amounts of money that sector has got without results. What happened? What is the magic that led to his coming back alive? What was wrong in the past that is right now?
Good.
So these are some of the questions, that Nigerians are asking. But as surprise, Nigerians are waiting. Like I said, it is a basic economic law. When supply exceeds demand, of course, the appropriate thing is for prices to fall. Nigerians have seen, the leadership too has seen that contrary to the opinion held in the past or the position held in the past that Nigerians were consuming about 60 or about million liters per day, it has been narrowed down. So if our consumption rate has been brought down, I don't think there will be too much pressure on supply, all right? And the prices automatically should come down.
All right, still talking about the refineries. Do you think that we're picking the lessons as we go on talking about the rehabilitation of our refineries with this Port one coming on stream now, on board right now? Do you think we're gaining the lessons from these as we go on, so that we don't repeat the same mistakes in the future?
Exactly. That is exactly why it is imperative on government to open the veil, to lift the veil, and allow for a thorough investigation of all that transpired in that sector. It is the only way we can prevent it. I was asking quite a number of questions, What happened? Is it that a mechanical component necessary for the working of the refineries that were not found in the past has just been manufactured? Is it that the workers that were working the refineries in the past have been replaced by new ones who have come in from Mars? Is it that the past leadership of this country deliberately disallowed the refineries from working for their selfish interests? Is it that the operators of the refineries, particularly the NNPC, in a bid to satisfy its greed, deliberately allowed the refineries to go down so that they could import from abroad and make, value added? Or is it that the one who held the key to the refineries in the past, in a bid to get power, having got power, has decided to release it? Unless we know exactly what happened with the refineries, then we cannot make preparations for the future. The sector must be opened up so that Nigerians can see it is our right, it is our common asset, it is a Nigerian asset, and the opaqueness that had attended that sector in the past is unacceptable to Nigerians.
All right, let's talk about this one. The chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀𝐈𝐒, he has said it is possible for the current VAT structure to be kept, as it is given the controversies that has been stirred following the tax reform bills introduced by Mr. President. What do you make of this one? The possibility of retaining the current VAT structure. Are you for that? Is the controversy something that we should say should cause us to put that aside?
Well, you see, I just wish that this president listens to wise counsel, he took off on a very, very sad note, on an unpopular note, by removing subsidy without the requisite consultations with all that matter. The same thing happened with the executive expatriate levy, and we have seen that repeated in majority of the policies that have emanated from this president. There is a need for consultations before you arrive at the policy stage. Tinubu appears to be running Nigeria, by intuition. He just wakes up in the morning and then he goes on air and makes a pronouncement that destabilizes everything. Otherwise, the tax reform bill is a fantastic bill. It is a fantastic idea. But a lot of people are opposed to it because of the manner in which it came. It came as if a dictator wanting to implement his will. Of course, there will be resistance. Unknown to majority of those who are antagonizing the bill, or maybe they know and are just deliberately playing mischief. All right? The bill, if it becomes law, will be beneficial to particularly those people who are criticizing it for now. For instance, the VAT sharing formula, as it is now, it is in the favor of the Lagos and Rivers and so on that they are talking about. Because the companies that pay VAT are all centered in Lagos and in Rivers State. And the old arrangement, VAT goes to that state, all right? Where the headquarters of these corporate bodies are situated. So I think the best thing, and which is what stakeholders are advising, is that there be more robust discussions on it, and there be enlightenment campaigns, educate the people on the pros and the cons, of the tax reform bill. But I think that the tax reform bill is indeed a step in the right direction, a positive one at that, even if it was improperly introduced by the leadership of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So let us see. The discussions are on, and we want to see where it ends.
All right. This one says the Labour Party has declared that it's capable of winning the 2027 presidential election without forming a coalition. What do you make of this one, Barrister? Do you think that the Labour Party is that strong enough? They say their performance in the 2023 election demonstrated their potential to independently challenge in 2027.
Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. The Labour Party rode on, is it the End SARS movement, which was a phenomenal thing. I think it would need to do more than it is currently doing if it is to achieve that purpose. Look at the party itself. It's embroiled in all kinds of controversies, troubles here and there. They are unable to resolve their internal crises themselves. They have had to involve the courts and all that. How then can a party that is unable to stand, a party that is divided within itself, be dreaming that big? I think they need to do a lot. It's not impossible for them if, they get their asses together. It's not impossible for them to do. But I think if it took a coalition for ACN, ANPP, or whatever, APGAR, and some other parties, a coalition to defeat Jonathan, in 2015. The Labour Party should not overlook that possibility too, if indeed they're serious. But I think first and foremost, they should go put their house in order.
All right, we have some commercials to take now. When we come back, it'll be time to take your reactions to some of the headlines this morning. To stay with us is 32 FM 94.9.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM 94.9, the antidote to depression. Stay tuned to 32 FM 94.9.
Find amazing treats for everyone this holiday with Showmax. Celebrate like a champion with soccer.
Very well taken.
Find your festive inspo with our masters of style.
That's what I'm here for.
Embark on a fun-filled global adventure.
Here we go.
Share your love moments with family and friends.
My son, the most handsome.
And enjoy some truly royal spoils.
I want the power to control what happens in my life.
Only on Showmax, because everyone deserves a holiday treat.
Ẹ̀yin fans mi. It's okay. Ẹ lọ sórí gbogbo ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ ní 32 FM 949 fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ àsáàpù. It's okay.
When you think of Rex Insurance, think of the excellence of cleaning the house to the satisfaction of a typical Nigerian mom.
Okay, you've washed the plates twice. Have you washed the sponge with soap?
Yes, Mommy.
Think of the teamwork in managing your mom and mother-in-law for Omugo.
Honey, Mama and your mommy have gone to the market together. How did you do it?
At Rex Insurance, our values of resilience, efficiency, excellence, integrity, and teamwork have remained unwavering since 1918. No matter your business, agriculture, aviation, engineering, general accident, energy, motor or marine, our values and prompt claims payment are your assurance of our commitment to you. Rex Insurance, you are not alone.
I'm in love. Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stir? Dishes come alive with so much taste. Sonia tomato mix, of course. Sonia tomato mix, yes sir. Sonia tomato mix, stand up pouch.
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
So much in love.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM 94.9, the antidote to depression.
All right, great to have you back with us. 32 FM 94.9. It's time to take your reactions on the Papers Review this morning. Let's have your thoughts on some of the headlines. You can call the phone lines 0705 5000 949, 0829 7000 949. Again, 0705 5000 949, 0829 7000 949. Also live on Facebook. We have a live feed there for you on Facebook. That's 32FM 949 Fenye on Facebook. 32FM 949 Fenye on Facebook. Let's have your reactions. 0705 5000 949, 0829 7000 949. Still have Barrister Yomi Ogunlola with me, but let's take this call first. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
My name is Tolu, and I'm calling from US.
All right, let's have your thoughts.
All right, if we deceive ourselves, the president truly misfired with that singular act of removing subsidies without putting in place military measures that will help Nigeria push it if he says. But now, the deed has been done. And the news surrounding the solicitation of this refineries lately is a good one. If it is not a mere paper talk or another propaganda from the federal government, because I know that if we have functional refineries, all the problems related with fuel crisis are going to be ameliorated anytime soon.
Right.
So the president should please walk their talk and make this evaluation functional and begin its full operation. Yes, as soon as possible. Thank you. Good morning.
All right. Thank you for your time there. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Okay. Try and call us back. 0705 5000 949. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Benga Mario calling from Apata.
All
Are you
right.
with me?
Yes, I can hear you. Just go ahead.
All right. On the issue of the tax reform bill, I think the tax reform bill is a good step in the right order. And I think Nigerians should just emulate the step of Mr. President by following, especially the Northerners. You try and study the trend of that tax reform bill. And I want to reiterate the fact that the tax reform bill is not aimed at declining the interest of the Northerners. No. It's just a study because at the end of the day, the tax reform bill is going to pay the masses. If you are earning less, you won't be paying tax. And I think it's a move in the right direction. And lastly, on the issue of the statement created to Labour Party that said they will win the next election, that's 2027 election, without them integrating into other party. I think that is a big lie. It took Tinubu to align, to form a coalition with some 2-3 parties before they won the elections. So a tree does not make a forest. If they cannot do it alone, the Labour Party, they have to integrate. Then they cannot do it.
Right.
Unless they form a coalition, then they have an exit. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
All right. Thank you, Bingo. Mary there. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's your name?
Calling from Malacca.
Come again. I didn't catch that.
Ruth calling from Malacca.
Ruth. All right. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. On the Warri and Port Harcourt refineries, I hope they will solve these issues of fuel prices they are experiencing currently. Because the federal government just keep deceiving us with what is meant to be a blessing to us. So which I will urge the federal government, please find a lasting solution to all this hardship associated with this fuel crisis so that we can enjoy the dividends of democracy. Good morning. God bless Nigeria.
All right. Thank you. Straight to the point there. Barrister, I'd like you to react to this one. There's a headline out of the Punch. Communities demand action as Lakurawa teams up with bandits. Barrister, are you there?
Oh, yes, I'm with you.
So the story is that the Lakurawa people are collaborating with bandits groups, and of course that's wreaking havoc in some of the northern communities, and that's why it's much more difficult for the military to dislodge them.
The president has to be very, very careful. The president is attracting enemies that should be friends. The recent alliance between Nigeria and France is not going to yield good fruits. It is common knowledge that France has been involved in arming insurgent groups within the Sahel. It is common knowledge. And considering the volatility of the Sahel, what has happened in Syria, don't think it is that far away. Some of the militants in Syria will find their way to Libya, and from Libya into the Sahel. Nigeria is now an enemy of Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, Senegal. Those are buffer stations which, with cooperation with those states, Nigeria was at least able, in a way, to checkmate the influx of those insurgents and bandits into Nigeria. But if we are enemies with our neighbors and friends with a country that is several hundreds of miles away from us, then we are courting trouble. We are courting trouble. I can assure you that finance will come for those insurgents in Nigeria, and many will join them coming from the Sahel. Tinubu is taking us into trouble, except he recants and takes his neighbors in the spirit of ECOWAS as brothers. That means a lot more to us than what is happening now.
Boris, are you saying that the alliance with France, that's at the heart of this issue? Is that your point?
It is a part of it now. It wasn't before, but it is a part of it now. Because France was driven out by those countries, and Nigeria is giving it a foothold. And when it happens, of course, the battlefield will be Nigeria. You are rest assured about that. You are rest assured about that. You know that. Right now, the whole world is gearing up for what they call the grandmother of terrorism that is being planned by the enemies of the world. We wouldn't want Nigeria to be a theater of battle, of that battle.
All right.
And so the president has to be very, very careful with his foreign policy thrust. And also...
Boris, please hold that thought. We have a caller here. Let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good.
John Olariwaju. I'm calling from Nigeria.
All right, good morning. Go
Yes,
ahead.
I'm aligned myself with what the barrister is talking about. That is, the president and government need to be very, very careful about not having the alliance with Niger Republic government, because there is no way you can curb these people without forming alliance with your neighbor, because many of them coming from those places, that places, and then by the time you are fighting them, like the Niger Republic president, head of military rightly said, about Mr. President should be wary about the insurgency. And then if you cannot form alliance with these people and you are just seeing them as enemies because of the foreigners, because of the alliance with the foreigners, I think we are doing ourselves a great disaster. I'm not going to be helping Nigeria. So I would rather advise Mr. President to form alliance with the Niger Republic military.
All right. Thank you. Let's take another call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Dr.
Good morning.
Greeting, Barrister Yolo, as well as you and Comrade Kenny George. What are we saying this morning is that it is high time we started to have having habit to be sensitive. What are we saying? The refinery functioning has no reflection positively in the life of we Nigerians. Kerosene unbearable, the lid of kerosene. Gas is unbearable, unattractive. And we started commending, we started appreciating. What are we saying? Are we fool? Habit to be sensitive. That is why we are falling into electioneering. When they begin to give us side attraction, we started saying, it's our people, it's our work and our duty for us to we deliver us. At the end of the day, we still thinking in the poverty. Let us develop the habit to be sensitive to know where we are heading to.
All right, thank you. Boris, sorry for cutting you short. You want to wrap up your thoughts there?
So it's just simple. By embracing France, Nigeria has opened the Pandora box. Our neighbors are not happy with us. And if our neighbors are not happy with us, that will be a very big problem. It will be a very, very big problem. I advise the government to rethink, its policy. Yes, Nigeria is broke, but how much is 300 billion euro that Macron is promising Tinubu that will make him lose his relationship with his brothers?
All right,
we really need a rethink on that. We must not be enemies to our brothers, particularly in the spirit of ECOWAS and the African Union.
All right, we'll take some reactions on Facebook now. Tululope Adeyemi says the news surrounding the resuscitation of the Warri and Port Harcourt refineries supposed to be good news and a sign of relief to Nigerians that all problems associated with subsidy removal are going to be ameliorated anytime soon. But the federal government of the day cannot be trusted because there hasn't been any coherence in their actions and their statement, which calls for concern. And I hope this is not another propaganda from the federal government. All right.
I don't know. Please permit me to come in there.
All right.
The last caller made reference to propaganda. elections are coming in 2027, and quite a number of people are beginning to read meanings to this magic that happened within the sector. You heard the submissions of General Obasanjo going back into history and wondering how they did the magic.
Barrister, we're very much out of time.
Okay, let me just close up. I was on a program on your station some time ago when somebody recommended that to convince Nigerians, the government of the day should encourage, rather than Obasanjo's visit, an international press conference. Let's bring the experts from all over the world to come and assess what they are telling us they have done.
All right, we have to go now. Thank you very much, Barrister Yomi Ogunlola, for your thoughts. The paper's review is back tomorrow at 6:30 a.m.